Hey guys, it's Gabe. Wanted to dive in and show you how we are actually going to make the connection between synthflow and Go High Level. And the first thing I'm going to show you is just how to trigger the call. So the way we trigger calls is when you're in your contacts, you would select all the contacts. You would go to the Add to Automation little robot head up here, click Proceed. You underneath Workflow, you have this AI call trigger. This is going to make the call, and then you add all at once, and then this is just for history purposes. You can put anything here like test and add to automation. As soon as you add that, it's going to start making calls. Now let me show you on the back end how this works. And I'm actually going to give you this snapshot for free. So you're going to have this automation already built in your account. Now, I just want to show you how it works though. So this is the AI call trigger that we put them into. This is actually what makes the call. So we don't need to have a trigger because we select our contacts and manually add them. And then what happens is the next thing, it checks to make sure they're not on the DNC list. Now, the DNC list, this isn't going to check the national DNC list. This is only going to check our internal DNC list. So as we call people, we're going to keep an internal DNC list to make sure that if they get angry or say do not call them, we either tag them or we enable Go High Level's internal, it's called DND, do not disturb, and we can enable it for calls. So this is checking to make sure, okay, it doesn't have the tag DNC and it doesn't have this internal feature for calls enabled. So if that's true, then it's going to make the call. If that is not true, it's going to dead end. So the next thing we're checking is to make sure this is a 0 time wait. All we're doing is checking to make sure we are on one of these days and we're in between these time frame windows right here. And then it's going to, once it knows that it's in the right time, it's going to drip out 5 per minute. This can be changed. The max we can do right now is 20 per minute. synthflow has put a limit on that, but I find that 5 to 10 per minute is a pretty good rate to go out. And then the next thing it's going to do is do this make call. This is a, you'll actually have to make sure that this is in your account. If you're not underneath my Go High Level account or you're in your own Go High Level, you're not going to see this until you go to the app marketplace and connect synthflow. Let me just show you what that looks like real quick. If we go back over here and go to app marketplace on the left-hand side, you'll want to search for synthflow. In my account, I already have it installed, and it looks like this, synthflow. Once that's installed, that's how you actually see this special action here that is called make a phone call. We get that by clicking this plus, type make a phone call. You can see it's a special action. You're not going to see this show up if you don't have the synthflow app installed from the marketplace. So let me show you how this works. After we drip out 5 minutes, it makes a phone call. How does it make a phone call? Well, we put in the model ID here. The model ID is found if we go over to the assistants in synthflow, and here is your ID for your assistant. If we were on the assistants page, you just click into your assistant right here. And then up here at the top, you copy this model ID, and then you would paste that model ID right here. And then that's how it knows exactly which assistant it's going to call. And then we map the phone number to the contact raw phone number so that it knows which phone number to call, which contact. We map the name of the contact right there. And then the API key right here, this knows which synthflow account. So the most important things here is the model ID and the API key and the phone number. Those are the most important things. The model ID says the assistant. The API key actually connects it to the correct account. So if we go back to synthflow and you go to, let's see here, integrations, your API key right here, you can see it's active. You'll copy your API key, go back and paste that in right here, API key. Now that's all you have to do, and never use the prompt. That's an advanced feature. Do not use that, just ignore that. The only other things that you may want to do, which I'm not going to show you exactly how to do it right now, but if you wanted to reference custom information on your script inside of synthflow. So for example, we go to, let's see, our assistants, go to assistant, go to the prompt. If we wanted to go into the prompt and inside where the script instructions are, maybe we wanted to say something like, I noticed you were in the restaurant industry, and we wanted to put in restaurant here. And what you would do is you would type curly brackets, and restaurant would be the industry. And if you want it to reference the industry, so you have restaurants, or maybe you have different industries you're referencing, then you would have industry like that in curly brackets. And then how that works on this side is we would put industry not in curly brackets. You put the word here that is inside your curly brackets, and then under value, you find that field in your contact. I don't have industry as a field on this demo account, so let's use company name. Then it would reference that, and it would be mapped correctly to use that custom information inside of your prompt. So if you need help with that, I can definitely help you with that. We have that blank for now because this is a basic outline. So it knows how to make the call, it knows the agent, it knows the assistant, we have the API key. Next thing we're doing is we are counting our call attempts. So we have a custom field inside of Go High Level that's called call attempts. Every time we make a phone call to this person, it counts that. It's valuable information because if you call the person 10 times and they never answer, you might want to add them to your do not call or not interested list, just so you're not wasting a bunch of minutes on somebody who's maybe never going to answer. So after we add the call attempts, then let's see here. This is actually outdated. I'm going to delete that and then add tag. We add the tag AI called so that we can keep track of all of the contacts we've called. You can create a smart list inside your contacts and pull that information out later so that you know who all has gone through your call flow. So that is the simple way on how you connect it to Go High Level so that it triggers the call from synthflow. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to get the call data if a call is answered and map it back to the contact.